Demi Vollering was born on February 15, 1997, in Nederland, a small town in the province of Groningen in the Netherlands. As the daughter of a family that wasn't particularly involved in competitive cycling, Demi's introduction to the sport came at a relatively young age. Her first exposure to cycling was through her participation in recreational rides and local races, a hobby that soon blossomed into a passion. Demi's talent for endurance sports became evident as she quickly rose through the ranks in junior competitions. By the time she was a teenager, she was already competing in national races and showing remarkable strength, especially in the climbing and time trialing disciplines. Vollering initially tried her hand at various sports, but cycling became her true calling, and she dedicated herself to pursuing it seriously. In 2014, Demi joined WTB, a local cycling team, where she honed her skills in junior competitions. Her breakthrough came in 2015 when she joined the Dutch national cycling team. Vollering's natural ability on the bike, coupled with her relentless work ethic, began to turn heads. In 2016, Demi won the Dutch National Time Trial Championship for juniors, showcasing her potential on both flat and hilly courses. This victory marked the start of a promising career, and Vollering moved to U23 competitions shortly after, competing in both road and time trial events. Entry into professional cycling and early success. Demi Vollering's professional career began when she signed with Parkhotel Valkenburg in 2017, a team that would help her transition to higher levels of competition. Her early years as a professional cyclist were marked by a series of strong performances. But it wasn't until 2018 that Vollering truly started to make a name for herself on the international stage. In that year, she won the Dutch National Road Race Championship, securing her first significant national victory. Vollering's progression continued as she entered the UCI Women's World Tour races, competing against some of the best female cyclists in the world. Her ability to excel in both one-day races and stage events made her a versatile rider, and it wasn't long before she started earning podium finishes in major races. In 2019, she joined the prestigious SD Works, formerly Boels Dolman's team, one of the best women's cycling teams globally. This move marked a significant step forward in her career, allowing her to train with some of the best riders in the sport. Her transition to SD Works brought immediate results, with Vollering consistently finishing among the top riders in World Tour events. Career peak and major achievements 2020. Rising star and Grand Tour success. Vollering's performances in 2020 showcased her potential as a true contender in women's cycling. She made a statement by winning the Tour of Flanders, one of the 5 Monument Classics. This victory not only marked her first major one-day race win, but it also established her as a rider to watch in the upcoming years. The victory was particularly impressive given the difficult nature of the race, which included tough cobbled sections and challenging climbs. In addition to the Tour of Flanders, Vollering also secured her first Grand Tour podium in the 2020 Giro d'Italia Donne, where she finished in second place overall. Her consistent performances in the mountains and her ability to time trial effectively helped her climb up the general classification in a competitive field. Her impressive results in both the classics and stage races demonstrated Vollering's versatility as a rider. 2021. Breakthrough year and monumental victories. 2021 was a standout year for Demi Vollering as she continued her rise to the top of women's cycling. The year began with Vollering securing her first World Tour victory at the Strade Bianche in Italy, a race known for its punishing gravel roads and steep climbs. Vollering's victory was a key marker in her career, as Strade Bianche is one of the most prestigious one-day races on the calendar, often regarded as the unofficial start of the European season. She went on to achieve further success that season, earning podium finishes at several other major events, including the Amstel Gold Race and La Flèche Wallonne. Vollering's performance at La Flèche Wallonne was particularly impressive, where she demonstrated her climbing prowess by finishing second in the race, losing out to Annemiek van Vleuten in the final sprint. However, the peak of Vollering's 2021 season came during the Women's Tour de France Femmes, a long-awaited return of the women's version of the legendary Grand Tour. Vollering's impressive climbing and race tactics led her to secure a second-place finish overall. She finished behind Annemiek van Vleuten, but Vollering's performance throughout the tour displayed her ability to compete at the highest level over multiple stages, especially in the mountain stages. 2022, continued success in the classics and stage races. In 2022, Vollering continued to establish herself as one of the premier riders in the peloton. She won Amstel Gold Race once again and followed it up with a second-place finish in the Tour of Flanders. Vollering was consistently a key player in the Spring Classics, displaying her climbing and tactical strengths in several of the most challenging races in the women's calendar. Her versatility and adaptability allowed her to dominate the UCI Women's World Tour, as she secured victories in several one-day events and multi-day stage races. In particular, she earned a strong win at the Giro Rosa, cementing her reputation as a climber capable of competing for the overall titles in Grand Tours. Vollering also helped lead her team, SD Works, to success in the team classification, proving that her individual prowess was matched by her ability to work cohesively with her teammates. Vollering's victory at the Giro d'Italia Donne in 2022 was another career milestone, as it was her first ever win in a multi-stage Grand Tour. This victory solidified her position as one of the top stage race riders in women's cycling, complementing her success in one-day races. The legacy and final years. As of 2023, Demi Vollering remains one of the top cyclists in the world, consistently delivering impressive performances in both the classics and stage races. Her ability to perform in high-pressure races, her versatility across different types of events, and her tactical intelligence make her a fan favorite and a rider to watch in every race she enters. Vollering's career trajectory continues to rise, with many expecting her to contend for multiple Grand Tours and Monument Classics in the future. Her combination of grit, strategy, and natural talent sets her apart as one of the leading figures in women's cycling. In the coming years, Vollering aims to add more victories to her already impressive resume. As one of the younger riders in the sport, she has many years ahead of her, and her career is expected to be filled with more triumphs. Full of ambition, Demi Vollering's place in the history of women's cycling is already secured, and her legacy will continue to inspire the next generation of riders. Demi Vollering's journey from a young Dutch rider to one of the sport's leading figures exemplifies dedication, perseverance, and an unrelenting drive to be the best. As she continues to compete at the highest level, her future looks incredibly bright, and her name is sure to be etched in the annals of cycling history.